Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today I bring you a special extended version of the classic tale, The Genie of the Lamp, a story full of magic adventure and timeless lessons. Get comfy, subscribe if you haven't already, and get ready to enjoy this magical journey. Let's begin. The Genie of the Lamp. Once upon a time, in a city hidden among the golden sands of the desert, there lived a young man named Aladdin. His life was simple and modest. He lived with his mother in a small clay house with cracked walls scorched by the sun. They didn't have much, just enough to get by, but they shared a deep bond and an unshakable belief that one day things would get better. Aladdin was curious, imaginative, and full of dreams. He loved walking through the marketplace, not to buy anything, since he had no money, but to take in the colors, the scent of spices, the noise of merchants, and to imagine a different life, one filled with adventure and wonder. One scorching afternoon, while returning from the well with a jug of water, a mysterious man approached him. The man wore elegant yet dusty robes, and his eyes glinted with something strange. "You must be Aladdin," the man said with a cryptic smile. "I've traveled a great distance to find you." Aladdin looked at him cautiously. "Why would someone like you come looking for me?" "Because you're special, my boy. There's a secret place that only you can enter. Inside is a very old lamp, a very valuable one. If you help me retrieve it, you can keep it as a reward. Believe me, it will change your life." Driven by curiosity and hope to help his mother, Aladdin agreed. The man led him beyond the city walls to a place where the rocks formed a strange shape. After chanting some unfamiliar words, the ground trembled and a hidden cave opened before them. "Only you may go inside," the man warned. "Touch nothing. Just bring me the lamp at the end." Aladdin descended cautiously. As he moved forward, the cave magically lit up, revealing golden statues, chests overflowing with gems, and piles of glittering coins. It was breathtaking, but he remembered the man's warning and kept his hands to himself. At the end of the cave, in a dusty corner, he found an old oil lamp, dull and covered in grime. He picked it up and, without thinking much, rubbed it clean. In that moment, something incredible happened. A cloud of blue smoke rose from the lamp, swirling in the air. From it emerged a towering figure with glowing skin and sparkling eyes, the Genie of the Lamp. "At last I am free," the Genie thundered. "You have released me, young man. As a reward, I will grant you 3 wishes. Choose wisely." Aladdin could barely speak, stunned by what he had just seen. But after a moment to gather his thoughts, he began to dream. "My first wish," he said slowly, "is to be rich. Gold, jewels, enough to live with dignity and care for my mother." In an instant, the lamp glowed. When Aladdin returned home, his small hut had been transformed into a grand house with marble floors, soft carpets, silver dishes, and chests filled with treasure. A few days later, while walking through the market, he saw her, Princess Layla, daughter of the Sultan. Her beauty was like the full moon, and her smile lit up everything around her. Aladdin was captivated. So, for his second wish, he said, "Genie, I want to live in a palace, one worthy of a prince. I want to become someone the princess could love." And just like that, a magnificent white marble palace appeared, filled with blooming gardens, dancing fountains, and respectful servants. The entire kingdom was astonished by the mysterious nobleman who had appeared overnight. Finally, filled with hope and longing, Aladdin made his third wish. "I wish to win Princess Layla's love." But it wasn't magic that won her heart. It was Aladdin's true self, his warmth and kindness, especially in those early days. They met in the palace gardens, spoke under the stars, and eventually, she chose him freely. They married in a glorious celebration that lasted 3 days and nights. But as time passed, Aladdin, surrounded by wealth and praise, began to forget his humble roots. He grew arrogant, demanding, and careless, even with his mother and Layla. His heart, once so pure, was changing. Meanwhile, far away, the mysterious man, who was in fact a wicked sorcerer, watched it all with fury. He had sent Aladdin into the cave, hoping to claim the lamp for himself, but Aladdin had outwitted him. Now he wanted revenge. One night, while Aladdin was fast asleep, the sorcerer disguised himself as a wandering merchant and tricked his servant into handing over the lamp. With it in his hands again, he summoned the genie and commanded him to transport the entire palace, along with Princess Layla, to a distant desert. When Aladdin awoke, everything was gone. His palace, his wife, his riches vanished into thin air. Desperate and alone, Aladdin finally realized how much he had lost, not just his possessions, but himself. He remembered who he used to be and, with courage, set out to make things right. He journeyed through distant lands, crossed scorching deserts, braved sandstorms, and snuck into enemy camps. At last, he found the palace, standing in the middle of nowhere. That night, using nothing but his cleverness, he fooled the sorcerer, reclaimed the lamp, and freed the genie once more. This time, he did not ask for gold, power, or even love. "Genie," he said, "my final wish is this. Give me the chance to be a better person. Let me use what I've learned to help others and bring peace to the kingdom." The genie smiled, deeply moved. With a wave of his hand, he granted the wish. From that day on, Aladdin became a wise and compassionate leader. He helped the poor, listened to his people, and never again took his blessings for granted. Layla loved him even more for his humility, and together they ruled with justice and kindness. The lamp was hidden away, not for greed, but for safety. Its magic had done enough. Now, Aladdin relied not on wishes, but on his own heart. Moral of the story: wishes may change your world, but only you can change your heart. True greatness comes not from power, but from what you do with it. Humility, gratitude, and kindness are the most valuable treasures of all. And that's the end of our story about Aladdin and the Genie of the Lamp. I hope you enjoyed this extended version as much as I enjoyed telling it. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with fellow story lovers. Thank you for joining me, and until our next adventure,